Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I'm here with another episode of the Open Collaboration 100 Day Challenge ATH, and we are combining day number 84, day number 87, and day number 88. Now, day number 84 is freezer paper. My intent was to dye some freezer paper on the day that I took you outside with me. It's still cold. It was raining again yesterday, so that will have to wait. So in lieu of day 84, we're using this freezer paper as our background, and I'll show you a couple little things that you can do with it. But we also have wallpaper and stencils. So this is just going to be kind of a casual craft along with me. Grab your cup of coffee, and we're just going to play. And what we're doing is we're making faux wallpaper out of wallpaper. That's right. You heard it first here. But before we get started, a shout out to some of our friends, Shar Brown, Journal Gigi Hannah, and today's hashtag Love a Little channel is bound to be vintage. So go check her out. I think she might be an Iowa girl as well. But if you're not aware, Love a Little channel, you can type that tag anywhere if you have someone that you wish others to know about and to go watch. It could even be you. So check it out. So what I thought is I have a plethora of wallpaper. I sell this in my shop. And these are just kind of remnants that sometimes I break down into like mini little random bundles. But these particular ones, as you can probably tell, are pretty boring. Now, I have some beautiful wallpaper books, but then I have a lot that are just textures and kind of a backdrop, if you will. And one of the favorite things, if you've been following along, I have a whole playlist called Wallpaper Wednesday, and it is all things that I have done with wallpaper. Now, does that transfer to regular paper? Absolutely. But I just like to use wallpaper. So I was thinking to myself, these are so blasé. What can we do with them? Well, when the stencil and wallpaper prompts came up just right next to each other, I'm like, well, let's stencil on wallpaper. So what we are going to attempt to do is to make some faux, more pretty wallpaper out of this boring stuff. So here's just a few that I practiced on. That you can barely see it. This I used Distress ink and then realized quickly, probably a bad idea because it could smudge and come off because of the wallpaper. It's a little more slick. So I went away from that idea. So there is one. This is like a stripe, and then I just added this little design. I'm just kind of showing you where we're going with this. This one was just boring, little, looks like linen, and then we added the, I call it eyelet. This one, I just did a repeat on it, and this was kind of a blue-gray. And then this one probably is my favorite so far. Now, you'll see that all of these colors are in the pink, the orange, the yellow. And I think it's later in the week, I have a video coming out where I am showing you an update on the pink Better Homes and Garden binder journal, cookbook binder journal that I'm working on. And in that are I'm debuting two new kits for my shop, digitals, and they all kind of go with that. But I've only got the digitals right now, and I need some other textures. I need some other things. Thus the reason of this color palette, if you will, which is one of my favorites. So let's just pick out, let's do a few more in, ooh, this is kind of cool, in the yellow, pink, and orange, and then we'll move on to something else. So let's just do 3 of them. And we'll just see how far we're going along. And pay attention, if you will. Direct your attention to the freezer paper on my table. I want you to just take note of this. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. But I love to use freezer paper. Now, all I'm going to do, just before I start gabbing away, is I'm just going to, these are almost the perfect size, too. I did not plan that. That's just how it is. But this one's just pretty busy design. So let's just do it like that. And I like me some orange, so we're going to do orange. So I like to use freezer paper in a lot of ways. Let me make sure that you guys, I don't know that the whole, here we go again. I got to get up on my chair. Okay, you're going to miss a little bit of that, but that's, I can't, well, here, we can go like this, and then I'll just move it up. Now let's see if I can remember that. You know how I can remember that? We'll just take this marker here. Is that my phone making that noise? It's my laptop out in the other room. Weird. So I'm just putting that on there, and I'm just using these daubers. They work wonderfully. The other thing that I like to use, which I don't have out right now, are the makeup brushes, but these are already in the colors that I'm using, and they've already been inked up. So why not use these? They work splendidly. So back to freezer paper. I use them quite a bit, and I use them as my drop paper when I'm doing my dyeing of all of my paper, whether it's Kool-Aid or coffee, tea, whatever. And what I have found is by using it, first of all, it's got a great feel to it because it's shiny on one side, which I know you can't probably see that here. I'll show you in a second. But it also takes to the dye or whatever you're using really well and gives kind of a different look. And what I did a couple of times is, how did that get like that? It must have been from a previous, well, we might have a little contamination, but that's okay. But what happened on accident, you know, happy accidents, thank you, Bob Ross, is I was using that drop paper, and I was using it with several different ink colors, or, you know, dyes. And, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see. There we go. And when all was said and done, I had these beautiful, it almost looked like I had watercolored my freezer paper, and I loved it, and I've used it in journals. I've used it as backdrops. So when you if you use freezer paper, I would encourage you to, because it's great, and you can use it over and over and over. And when you get it to a place in which you love, oh, that didn't quite, well, that's okay. I could probably cut it in half. I'm not going to use it like this. That you like the design that's all over your paper, voila, you now have an additional backdrop. So let me show you a couple of things. First of all, I did ink on this right on, just like, you know, here. Let's just do it up here. And let's do it down here. Let's just do a couple flowers. Real rando. Okay, so there's that. But if you can see here and then some right in here, the one thing that you can do, and I don't know how well it will work because the orange is kind of light, but we're going to try it. Ooh, I'm hot all of a sudden. What's the matter with me? Okay, is take a, this is going to be pretty when it's dry too, isn't it? Is to take a baby wipe or just a paper towel or microfiber towel or whatever you got, and make it, it needs to be a little bit damp, and then gently go over, and I don't know, like I said, how well this is gonna turn out. It might just be very subtle, if anything. Whoops, no, I can see it in there, but I'm moving it all over. And then go over that, and you get just a really subtle background. Sometimes you can't even see the design, but the base, the point is, you're cleaning off your stamps, and you're adding just layer after layer of the colors. Now, you could do it mindfully and say, okay, I want to use the pink, the yellow, and the orange, or whatever your color palette is. Or you could just go rando and see how it ends up, and sometimes that's half the fun. So just a little aside, it works really well. Well, let me show you. Let's see. Let's just do one. Now watch, call me a, let's just do it with, I'll do it over here. I'm going to use this. There, I found it. I knew I had one. What color is this? Oh, vintage photo. I should have used something darker. Let's just go put a little bit on here. So at least we get a flower. All right. And then let's go over here. And I'll take a different wipe because I like the colors on that wipe. And let's just do it this way. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, it's very, I shouldn't have used vintage photo, but you can see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you picking up what I'm putting down, it works. It will work. And it looks very cool. All right, let's put that aside because we are not going to use that today. All right, what color shall we? Well, first of all, let's pick out a design. Let's do one. Well, this is pretty busy, isn't it? So let's just kind of cover that up by using maybe one of these designs. This is cool. It looks very shabby chic, which is what that journal is going to be. And we want to knock down that kind of more modern look. So which color should we, what color? I used orange last time. Let's use, and these inks that I'm using are ones I've had for a bajillion years. And they are close to my heart. And they last forever. If you keep them in a good spot and laying down, then not to worry, they will last forever. Well, not forever. Let's not get carried away, but I've had them since probably 2000 and let's see, Demi was born in 2006, so probably maybe 2010, I'd suppose. You know, dates are always based on how old my babies are or what was happening in their lives. Okay, here's, speaking of dates, something interesting. So I've been doing junk journals and mindful journaling, and since probably right about the time that the pandemic happened. Well, I was searching for a video for someone, and I went back and I was like, this only says 2 years. How could that be right? Because that's 2021. Well, so I kept thinking, now that is not correct because I've been doing videos for longer than that. Well, yes, I have. And I have been doing junk journaling for longer than that. So I had totally confused myself. I was like, this does not make sense to me. What the heck? Well, when I started during the pandemic, ooh, I'm loving on that. I started by using my skills as an educator and public speaker, and I developed courses. I developed courses that I housed on a platform, and then people could come in and then purchase the course, and then they had access to it whenever they wanted. So that took me so long to develop. And it was really a good education because I had done a lot of virtual learning, and I had developed a little bit, but I had team members that was kind of their forte, and they really loved it. And so they did most of that in my corporate days. So it was really a good challenge for me, you know, to do it on my own. And I had those out. I think I just, maybe at the beginning of this year or the end of last year, I sunset that program because it, you know, it has to be housed on a platform, and I wasn't really utilizing it to its abilities, and, you know, it costs money to do that. So, yeah, but then sometime around there, after I had finished the course, and that's when I started doing actual videos. Isn't that cool? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm easily impressed. I think it's pretty. So yeah, that was my aha moment this morning, because I first confused myself. Well, it was only like 5:30 in the morning, so there's that. But yeah, no. Okay, let's do this one, and then we'll move on to another color. Ooh, Yeah. I got like daisy-esque. Now, I'm feeling like I want another multicolored one. So let's start with the honey. Honey. We'll start with the lightest and then work our way up so I can clean it off. But we're just going to kind of go randomly. This should be interesting what it looks like when I'm done. Okay. We'll leave that out because we probably will need it. And look at me getting all crazy just doing this right on here and not moving it. Let's do some orange. But this is a great way to alter your boring old wallpaper and or any paper. So like I said, everything can translate from wallpaper to regular paper. So don't feel like, oh, I don't have wallpaper, so I can't do this. If you got scrapbook paper that's just blah and boring and you wouldn't use it some other way, try this and just stencil away and create. And you can do more layers. So after I'm done, I could add some splatters if I wanted. I could, Angelina. We're going to leave that out too. I could add more, I could add texture paste. I could do all kinds of things. I could have added the texture paste first, or I could have added gesso and to give this just a different look as well. So you got all kinds of choices. I'm just doing the basics today because I felt like coming on and just kind of visiting with you and touching base. I'm curious because the 100-day challenge is wrapping up, and I would love it if you can give me some ideas on what I should have done. Well, oops. Well, it's going to be pink anyway. Whatever. On what you would like me to work on, or if there's something that you're wanting to learn that maybe I've done before, or some kind of theme or style that you're curious about. I like your ideas a whole lot. And I think I said in another video, I'm most excited to get back to Sewing Notion Sundays, because sewing projects, art projects, are one of my favorites. And so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get back to the index card challenge, which I have not been working on for a long time. And I'm excited to get some of these journals all finished up and done. I've got, I keep looking up there. I've got 2 finished, 1 almost done, and then the pink one is not anywhere near ready. So, there's that. Well, that's only 4. 2 done. 1 in the works. Oh. And then the last one I traded out was, I was planning on doing a Christmas one, changed my mind, and decided to do, oh, that is cool. Well, I normally wouldn't, let's flip this the other way. Oh, no, because that's the same. Let's do it this way. And I'm just going to have to be strategic a little bit. What was I saying? I don't even know. I don't even know. Dang. Well, the beauty of this is, you know, I'm not going to use this whole thing in its entirety. I mean, I could, but in a journal. So if I have to cut it apart, it's not a big deal. If the design isn't fluid, if you will. yeah. So, anyway, what has been going on? When are you guys going to see this? You're going to see this on Monday. And so I am trying to gear up. So we will have, I'm trying to get ahead because, on Thursday, we will have another live sale with Carol, and I think Carol's going to be there that week. And oh, that's my favorite, hands down. And so I'm trying to get ahead because the following week is the first week of the month, and I don't have sales on that week. So I am going to be traveling, and from like part of the week, and so I need to be ahead in my videos. Now, mind you, I got plenty of videos in the hopper. I've got lots of haul videos. I've got some other things that I've just been designing and not designing, designing, I guess, creating for other projects. So I've got plenty of things, but we're winding down in the 100-day challenge, so I'm trying to get as many done. And I've found as of late that I've been able to combine a bunch of them, so that's been kind of nice. And then on day 100, we're going to see, this is an announcement I've been like randomly forgetting that I need to just tell you about. So when I reached 3,000, well, let me back up. When I reached 3,000 subscribers, I was using a way in which to pick a winner for the challenge. Well, that now is something that costs money, and I'm going to try one of these dark ones. And I was like, I'm not going to pay for this comment picker thing for using it, you know, once every several months. So I ended up going through, I put everybody's name, I've got them all over here that participated in that challenge. And then I was going, I'm giving away a journal and a couple of other things. Well, I decided when I started this challenge that I wanted to create that journal, create a journal from all of the things, this is red, that we made throughout the 100 days. Therefore, I can't do the giveaway until it's done, and I can't do the journal until the 100 days is done, so then we can add. Now, I have been adding to it, so you will have that to look forward to. I have not forgotten, and I am very appreciative to have reached that milestone. But one thing has to happen before the other, if you know what I mean. So, this kind of looks pink for some reason, but it's not. It could be that this had pink on it. That could very well be. And I'm just doing monochromatic. I'm not adding in, you know, I could do the leaves green and whatever, but not today. I'm just visiting, and I'm just having a relaxing little craft along. So, you will have that to, ooh, yeah. I like. You will have that to look forward to. I have not forgotten you, I promise. I promise, I promise. And then I do have some kind of fun I have some things in the hopper, some kind of big things, but it's a little early to announce those yet. I still got some stuff to do. Got to do my due diligence, if you will. And let's see, today is, well, if you watched last week's live sale, you would have caught little pre-announcement on who our October Traveling Crafter and Friends guest is going to be for the Craft and Chat. But you should be seeing, if you haven't already, you will have there will be a formal announcement. But we're pretty excited. I think that's all I'm going to do to that. There we go. Well, I'm going to have to say that still looks a little bit on the pink side, but it's called Blazing Red. And I'm using Stay-On for this, so you know it won't come off. Which means it won't come off of here really either. Uh-oh, what happened to my... Oh, right in front of my face. Let's use a little bit of this. This is hand sanitizer, which I have another little hack. Has really nothing to do with junk journaling in itself. Maybe more like an office hack. So, I had in my little closet this whiteboard, and it was magnetic, and I had these 2 magnetic sheets, and they were to-do sheets. And I'm moving this so that I can get some of this on here. And you used your dry erase to, you know, plan your week. Well, that was all fine and good, but I have my dry erase markers then ended up getting smudged, then I couldn't read it. But I like having it right in front of me because it gives me kind of just a quick snapshot of my week at a glance and last week, so I know if I'm referencing something, I can kind of tell you what days they were. Well, I decided just to write in it with Sharpie. I'm like, I haven't used this thing in years. What's the worst that can happen? Well, nothing. Because if you use, so when I had made the mistake, when I was teaching my corporate days, if I accidentally wrote on it with a non-dry erase marker on the whiteboard, you can write right over it with your dry erase marker and take it right off because the alcohol in it, right? So hand sanitizer works the same way. So I have now written 3 or 4 times on my dry erase magnetic little thing. And when I'm ready to change it up to put, you know, new to-dos for the next week, then I just put a little bit of hand sani on my piece of paper, you know, paper towel or whatever sheet, and voila, it comes right off. Not that you probably care whatsoever about that, but just my little tip of the day. That's kind of pretty. That's interesting. I really kind of like these big... Oh, here, let's use this. This is very fancy. Ornate, maybe, is better. Okay, this one's a longer piece, so... And I think this will be our last one of the day, and then we'll look at what we created. So, let's do this one in black. Because why not? Let's just see what happens. I have not done this with black, so I don't know. Let me grab the black. Do I have a little black baby dauber? I love these daubers. I get them... Well, I used to get them on Temu. But, or not Temu, Amazon. But I reordered, I found them a couple of times on Temu, and I never really think about it, but I happened to see them one time, and, well, that's brown. Well, let's see here. I bet my black one is in here. Hang on. So when I saw them, there it is. I just picked up a bundle of them, and they still fit in my little case that I have from Amazon. So that worked out fine, but they work great for stenciling. There we go. That's better. I don't know if I'm going to like this. We shall see. We got to go over this one. These would be cute. Maybe I'll space these a little bit farther apart. And these might be cute for either pockets or belly bands, just with that one design. I think this is going to look a lot more gray than it is black. Look at that. Yeah, this one's old. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? Let's do this. Okay, let's make kind of a frame. So we'll leave this part blank, and we'll make this the bottom. So I could use this as a journaling card and then either put something in the middle of it or use that actual space in between to journal on. I don't know. Now remember, I do a lot of binder journals and bigger journals, so this is going to work fine for me. But if you're doing smaller ones, this particular size probably wouldn't work. I don't even know how big these are, by the way. So, faux wallpaper out of wallpaper. Oh, I like that. Let's make another one. Let's make another one just like the other one. But should we do this design instead? I believe we shall. Should we use another color? Why not? What color should we use? I don't have a lot of stays on colors, so I have, let's use green. Green. Here we go. I know this hasn't been used very much. Ooh, that's juicy. So a couple things, if you're new to the channel and you're just tuning in, you will find on my channel playlists for lots of different tutorials, a lot around paper crafting and junk journaling. You will find thrift hauls, which are one of my favorites. And you'll also find 2 different types of live sales. On occasion, I'll go live for some random reason, but I haven't done that for a long time. And you will find our live sales, and you will find the craft with me's. So lots of opportunities to connect with the community. If you're here and you have a channel, and especially if you're relatively new and I might not know about you, please, please, please tell me who you are and let me know that you have a channel so I can go check it out. And you can even use that hashtag, love a little channel. And I love that. I said I'm not going to do these 2 because I think we got plenty. Hashtag love a little channel, and then that also will alert not just me, but anybody searching for the hashtag about you. How about that? All right, I'm going to do this over here because, well, first of all, it stays on, so it's not going to come off as well. And I do try, I know, I do try to clean my stencils a little bit. See, but look how cool that turned. Can you see that? See how cool that turned out over there? Sure did. Did I do this on the right side? Yeah, I did. Yeah, those turned out really good. Well, I got a little aggressive with it, so that's probably why. All right, now let's look what we did. Anything else? Let's see. I'm trying to think. All right, so we did this. Well, first of all, we have this beautiful piece of loveliness that I'm going to put aside and then probably layer up and add more things to. But we have this one, my favorite, that pink, another orange. Oh, yummy. We just transformed our wallpaper into something gorgeous. All right, so there you have it, friends. A little faux wallpaper from Wallpaper. And if you liked what you saw, consider giving this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notifications when we are going live. And you can join the fun community. And, you know, you don't have to buy anything on the live sales. You can just show up and hang out and have fun with us. And, you know, if you are so compelled, then you certainly can. But until next time, friends, as always, remember to take time for you to just be. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.